Good day, everyone. Good day, sir. We are the group that assigned to discuss the topic nutrition and digestion. With that, allow me first to present the members of this group. First, we have Ms. Mika Belieza. We have also Ms. Sheila May Bruzuela, and yours truly, Mr. Joros Juan, and lastly, Ms. Jamaica Hart Olvara. This lesson has four objectives. First is to define what is nutrition and explain its types and function. Number two is to understand how macronutrients, micronutrients, and dietary patterns support health and prevent disease. Number three is to explain the role of enzymes and the chemical breakdown of macronutrients during digestions. And number four is to describe the functions of digestive enzymes and identify the organs involved in their production and storage. Nutrition. Nutrition, by definition, it is the study of how nutrients and substances in foods impacts the body's maintenance, growth, reproduction, health, and disease. Nutrition is also considered as the process by which organisms get foods and break it down so it can be used. When you talk about nutrition and science, it is not just about what we eat, but everything that happens to food inside our bodies. So let's try to break it down. First are the food intake. This is a simply eating, getting food into your body. Think of it as a step one, fueling up. Second one is the absorption. It is once the food is broken down in the stomach and intestine. Nutrients like vitamins, minerals, and energy get absorbed into your blood. It is like the body taking what it needs from the food you eat. Third one is the assimilation. After nutrients enter your bloodstream, they get used by your cells. For example, calcium helps your bones and protein repairs your muscles. The fourth one is what we call the biosynthesis. Biosynthesis is when your body takes these nutrients and builds new stuffs with them, like making enzymes, hormones, or even new cells. It's like a construction site using raw materials. Fifth one is the catabolism. This is when your body breaks things down, like using stored fat for energy when you are hungry. Number six is the excretion. Or finally, whatever your body doesn't need or can't use is removed as waste through processes like sweating, urinating, or going to the bathroom. Nutrition comes into two types. We have the autotrophic nutrition and the heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic, from the word auto means self, tropos, food. It refers to green plants and certain bacteria manufacture their own foods, to organic substances from inorganic substances, using energy from sunlight. Example of these are the photosynthesis. The second types of nutrition are what we call the heterotrophic nutrition. Hetero means difference and tropos means food. It refers to food, organic and inorganic substances obtained by feeding on other organisms. Types of heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition comes into three types. First, we have the holozoic, or what we call the organisms engulf the food into the body, digest it, and absorb the cellular products of digestion. For example, human. The second type is the saprotrophic. It refers to organisms secrete digestive enzymes onto the organic materials and absorb the products of digestion. Example of this are the certain bacteria and fungi. The third types are the parasitic. It is the food is derived from other living organisms by living or inside the body. Example, certain bacteria, roundworm, and etc. Nutritions and animals, or the holozoic nutritions, has also a major steps. Nutrition in animals, specifically holozoic nutritions, involves a series of processes that transform the complex nutrients in food into simpler substance that the body can use. So, in simple terms, in animals or holozoic nutrition is all about eating solid foods and breaking it down into smaller, usable pieces. So, let me emphasize that idea. The body takes in complex nutrients like proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. These are broken down into simpler forms that the body can absorb and use. Example, proteins break it down to an amino acids, carbohydrates to glucose, and fats to fatty acids and glycerol. This whole processes happens thanks to the digestive system, which transforms food into energy and building blocks for the body to grow and function. Holozoic nutrition has 5 key steps. So here are the 5 key steps and the processes. First is the indigestion or ingestion. This is where taking in food through eating, chewing, or sucking and swallowing it. The second one is the digestion. This is where or when the breaking down complex food substances into simpler and absorbable forms. The third one is the absorption. It is where or when transferring the digested food from the digestive tracts into the bloodstreams or body tissues. The fourth one is the assimilation. It is the using the absorbed nutrients in body tissues for energy, growth, and repair. The last one is the digestions. It is where the eliminating of undigested and unabsorbed food materials from the body. So these coordinates processes ensure the body obtains the energy and nutrients necessary for survival, growth, and of course for overall health.
Now let's talk about the different types of nutrients that we need. So we have two groups, the macronutrients and the micronutrients. So macronutrients from the word itself, macro, so this is the large quantities including the carbohydrates, the lipids, and the proteins. So whereas yung micronutrients naman, from the word micro, ito naman yung mga smaller quantities, including the vitamins and minerals. So yung macronutrients are heterotrophs, require organs molecules such as carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins. And yung enzyme break down these molecules into components that can be used for energy production or as source for the building blocks of life. So carbohydrates are major carbon source for incorporation into important organic compounds. Yung lipids and fats naman are most concentrated source of food energy and are also required for synthesis or of steroid hormones. And cholesterol, which is incorporated into cell membrane. Proteins are needed for their amino acids, which heterotrophs use to build their own body proteins. Micronutrients are usually ions, small ions, organic vitamins, inorganic minerals, and molecules that are used repeatedly in enzymatic reactions or as parts of certain proteins. For example, yung copper in hemocyanin and iron in hemoglobin. So, yung minerals and micronutrients are needed relatively large amounts and are called essential minerals or macrominerals. Kapag yung minerals is malaki, tinatawag siyang macrominerals. Kapag yung mga minerals naman is maliliit, ang tawag doon is microminerals. Yung vitamins is the general term for a number of chemical, unrelated organic substances that occur in foods in small amounts and are necessary for normal metabolic functioning. So most water-soluble vitamins such as the vitamin V, P, and vitamin C. So as well as the fat-soluble vitamins such as vitamins A, vitamins D, vitamin E, and vitamin K.
Everyone, I am Shilame Bibrizuela, the next discussant, and we are going to talk about the digestion. So, digestion is the process of mechanically and enzymatically breaking down food into substances for absorption into the bloodstream. So, the process of digestion involves mechanical and enzymatic actions that culminate in the breakdown of ingested food into absorbable molecules for assimilation into the bloodstream. So, the mastication or yung pagluya and yung ating peristalsis, they contribute to the initial size reduction of food bolus. So, it focuses on the chemical digestion that lies in the enzymatic hydrolysis of macronutrients, which are the carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids. So first, let's talk about carbohydrate digestion. So yung ating starch digestion begins in the mouth with salivary amylase that produces smaller sugars. In the small intestine, the pancreatic amylase and enzymes in the intestinal lining, which are the maltase, sucrase, and lactase, further break down these sugars into glucose, fructose, and galactose, which are then absorbed in the body. Moving on from carbohydrate digestion, pag-usapan natin ang protein digestion. So, protein digestion starts in the stomach with pepsin that breaks down protein into smaller pieces or polypeptides. So, the digestion of protein in the small intestine, the enzymes like trypsin, chymotrypsin, or carboxypeptidases further break down these pieces into amino acids. Yung trypsin and chymotrypsin breaks down polypeptides at different points, while carboxypeptidases removes amino acids one by one from the ends of the polypeptides. So this all produces amino acids and small peptide chains, which are then absorbed into the cells of the small intestine. Lastly is the lipid digestion. So in here, the digestion of triglycerides begins in the stomach with the action of lingual and gastric lipases. So the primary site of lipid digestion is the duodenum, where pancreatic lipase in conjunction with colipase hydrolyzes triglycerides into free fatty acids, the monoglycerides and diglycerides. So the bile salts that is synthesized in the liver and stored in the gallbladder emulsifies lipids, increasing their surface area and thus enhancing the efficiency of lipase action. So the resulting fatty acids and monoglycerides are then absorbed into the enterocytes via passive diffusion and facilitate transport.
Digestion is the process of breaking down food into smaller pieces that our body can use for energy and growth. There are two main types of digestion. First is the intracellular digestion, where it happens inside the cells. Cells directly take in tiny food particles from their surroundings. So these particles are then broken down inside the cell using special enzymes. This type of digestion is common in single-celled organisms like amoeba. The second one is the extracellular digestion, where it happens outside cells in special organs or cavities. So the larger pieces of food are broken down into smaller molecules using enzymes. This happens in a specific place like our stomach or intestines. This is how humans digest food. We have a complex digestive system with organs like the stomach, small intestine, and large intestine, each playing a role in breaking down food. Digestive enzymes are like tiny helpers in our bodies. They break down big food molecules into smaller ones that our body can easily absorb. Think of them as scissors cutting up food into bite pieces. There are different types of enzymes, each with a specific job. Amylase breaks down carbohydrates like bread and pasta. Protease breaks down proteins found in meat and beans. Lipase breaks down fats from foods like butter and oil. These enzymes work together in our digestive system to help us get the nutrients we need from the food we eat. Enzymes are like tiny helpers in our bodies that speed up the process of breaking down food. Without enzymes, our digestion would be very slow, and we wouldn't be able to get the energy and nutrients we need from the food we eat. So enzymes are essential for our digestion to work efficiently. Our bodies have special organs that work together to help us digest food. These are the different organs in the body produce and store digestive enzymes, including saliva, which contains digestive enzymes. Pancreas produces many digestive enzymes. And gallbladder stores bile, which help digest lipids. Liver produces bile, which helps digest lipids, and intestine stores digestive enzymes and cells on the surface. Saliva in our mouth starts breaking down food. The pancreas, gallbladder, and liver produce important substances like enzymes and bile that help digest fats and proteins. Our intestines also have enzymes that help break down food. Eating a balanced diet and staying active can help keep our digestive system working smoothly.